These are very important subjects.
Yeah, we have to work on this.
You should be careful.
I am collecting information on this, so maybe one day I will use it. Maybe one day, not now, maybe after some years. After 2001, there was lots of change in Afghanistan, and we were very hopeful at the beginning to see a peaceful Afghanistan. Actually, it was a good development at the beginning, and people were very happy, but everything started to change after that. I have many things to tell you. I'll tell you everything.
میخوای باشی. من یادم یه دانش آموزی داشتم به اسم محمدی که سال اول معدلش 19.90 شده بود و سال اول میره تو پروژه درمانی که کاملا
İran'a gelişin muhtemelen senin doğumundan öncedir. Pasaportsuz bir grup aydın sınırdan geçmiştik, Hakkari sınırından. Şimdi mukadder akıbetimize doğru gidiyoruz. Nasılsın? Yani aslında soracağım çok şey var. Hemen başlıyorum. Hemen bir. Ben sana telefonumu vereceğim. Vallahi ben konuşmaktan başka bir şey yapmıyorum biliyorsunuz.
Buyurun. Basit. Ya Allah. Bu basit.
Are you ready? Şimdi hocam benim kafamda gerçekten cevabını veremediğim bir soru var. Üstelik Atlantik taraftarıydı. Nasıl ilgili? Aşkınlık içinde.
Yani niye İran diye soruyorlar abi. Afganistan belgeseli yapıyorsun da niye İran'a gidiyorsun?
Şöyle bakmak lazım. Şimdi eğer Afganistan belgeseli yapmaya biz İran'da karar vermiş olsaydık Türkiye'ye de gelirdik biliyor musunuz? Çünkü Türkiye'de bir Afgan diasporası var. Eski bakanlar, eski generaller, bir sürü yazar, çizer takımı Ankara'da şu anda. Tersinden de aynı diaspora, bir aydın çevre Tahran'da var.
Peki Ankara'dakiler konuşulacak kişiler şey mi yani hakikaten bize bir Afganistan'ı gösterebilecek isimler mi?
Olayın aktörleri.
Taliban liderlerinden, gizli liderlerinden.
97 yılda Dışişleri Bakanı oldu.
Ben adam öldüremem.
Taliban'ın üst düzey bazı isimlerin aileleriyle birlikte en az 5-6 yıl Ankara'da kalmış. Hikmet Çetin Bey'le görüştüm ben biliyorsunuz. NATO'nun Afganistan sivil temsilcisiydi. Şimdi yeni bir yolculuk başladı. Ankara'ya gidiyoruz. 2 tane önemli randevumuz var. Birisi Afgan kökenli bir doktor. Eski Afgan kralı Zahir Şah'ın yeğeni. İkinci ismimiz John Christopher Turner diye National Geographic'in onun çok kıdemli muhabirlerinden biri ve 50 yıldır Afganistan ve Pakistan hattında çalışıyor. Kendisi Üsame Bin Laden'le de görüşmüş nadir gazetecilerden, batılı gazetecilerden biri. Doktor merhaba, siz geldiniz mi? Bakalım birbirimizi tanıyabilecek miyiz?
Geldi mi?
Evet.
General Maliye'yi de arayayım da neredeymiş?
Siz en son ne zaman bakanlık görevinde bulundunuz vazifesinde? En son.
97 mi?
97 yılda Dışişleri Bakanı oldu.
They don't want you to have your relationship get worse either with Trump or
Don't worry about it. I'm an old man. I've got so much dirt.
Bir şey olmaz.
I've got so much dirt on the CIA.
İçindeyim zaten. I'm sure you understood.
Well, I'm more than happy to try to expose the bullshit that the American government represents. We were the real terrorists in this last war, not the Afghans. We were the real terrorists.
This is being recorded.
I don't care.
Ankara'nın bu yoğun gününde beni düşündüren durumlar da var. Doğu Akdeniz'deki Lübnan'ı Afganistan'ın dağlarına ya da ovalarına, platolarına taşımak istiyorlar. Büyük bir sorun olacak gibi gözüküyor.
Penşir Vadisi'ndeki çocuk geldi mi? Şimdi tamam, etraflı bir beyin fırtınası yapalım. Afganistan'la ilgili. İyi günler diliyorum. Şimdi, Afganistan'dan bir çocuk gelmiş, genç çocuk, gazeteci. Bakacağım.
Adı ne adı?
Mahsur. Hiçbir aktör, hiçbir tanık olayın bütününü bize veremeyecek. Biz bir bilmecenin parçalarını, puzzle derler ya, onun parçalarını bir araya getiriyormuş mantığıyla hareket edersek giderek Afganistan'la ilgili bilgimiz artacak.
İkili taşın orada olacak. İnşallah resminden tanırız.
Actually, of course, they sometimes question that why we are here. But I told them that now the situation in Afghanistan is not good because of some issues. Maybe in the future we will return back. But this is also a good country, Islamic country. So the people are so friendly. So you can go to school, you can enjoy playing football here, you can enjoy going to swimming pool. So all facilities are much better than Kabul in here. So as long as we are here, so you should enjoy your stay here. So this is the reason that I'm trying to convince them. They have a lot of similarity. For example, the food is the same almost. The people, they are not the same, but they're friendly.
Bu bölge İstanbul'daki iki büyük güzelliğin başladığı yer. Birincisi yabancıların Bosforus diye bildiği Boğaz, İstanbul Boğazı. Bir de yine yabancıların Golden Horn diye bildiği Haliç. İkisi burada buluşuyor. Karşıda gördüğümüz tavır Galata Kulesi derler. Bizans döneminden kalma. Burada malum sultanların evi, ileride de 19. yüzyıldan itibaren sultanların taşındığı saraylar var işte. Dolmabahçe Sarayı, Yıldız Sarayı, Çırağan Sarayı gibi büyük saraylar var. Have you ever been in Sultanahmet?
No, this is the first time I'm here.
This is first time?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes, I born in Kabul in 1987 in a small family. So I have two brothers, two sisters.
Where they live?
They live in Kabul. They're in Kabul now with my father and my mother.
Mansur, olayları konuşmaya en sondan başlamak istiyorum. 2021 yılının Ağustos ayının ortalarına gideceğiz. Şu meşhur Amerika'nın Kaçar gibi Kabil'den uçaklarla çekilmesi anında. Orada bütün dünyayı dehşete düşüren sahneler yaşandı. Kalkış yapan Amerikan uçaklarından deyim yerindeyse insanlar döküldü.
Actually, it was a tragedy for Afghanistan. People, they went to the airport to escape Kabul because they terrified because of the Taliban. They returned to Kabul. So there was desperation. Everyone was looking to get out of Kabul. But of course, it was a shame for the Afghans because we reached that situation.
Yaşı benim gibi ileri olanlar bu sahneleri yaklaşık 50 sene kadar önce Vietnam'da izlemişti. Vietnam'da aynen Amerika yine çekilirken özellikle helikopterlerden benzer sahneler yaşanmıştı. Afganistan'da o olayları izlediğinde, uçaklardan insanların dökülüşünü izlediğinde böyle bir son bekliyor muydun?
Actually, no. We were not expecting such scenario at the end of foreign troops withdrawal from Afghanistan. We expected to have a very, a government based on negotiations, to come based on negotiations. So we did not want the collapse of government. So it was suddenly everything changed, and we were surprised at what's happening in Afghanistan. So of course I see the destruction of my country. When I was in Kabul, so there was war. Rockets were coming and hitting to the surrounding areas. One rocket hit to my home, so it destroyed my house. And also I see my relatives, some of them lost their lives to the war, and some of them received injuries due to the war. So I born in war, so now I'm becoming old in war. So now we have now a little bit peace, but we don't have economy and we don't have the people certification now. But it's okay. But I mean, after three decades of war, so now we have a little so-called peace in Afghanistan. So I hope this peace prevails. I work in a government newspaper called Kabul Times. So now I'm the editor-in-chief of Afghanistan Times Daily. First, because Afghanistan Times was the first English newspaper in Afghanistan, the presidential palace had subscription with us. All the ministries, they had subscription with us. All the embassies, almost all the embassies in Afghanistan, the US embassy, the German embassy, the French embassy, the Indian embassy, the Chinese embassy, the Japan embassy, all the embassies that were active in Afghanistan, they had subscription with us. So it was a very popular newspaper, and it still is very popular newspaper.
2005-2006'da o civarda gazeteciliğe başladım. Tam Amerikan işgalinin olduğu zaman gazeteciliğe geçmek, başlamak bu riskli ortamda nereden aklına geldi? Riskler hiç aklına geldi mi?
From very beginning, I mean, when I was in the school, so I was thinking that I should become a writer, a reporter. After 2006, I mean, 2007, 8, 9, Afghanistan became a little insecure. So when war increased, so obviously the job for the journalists became so tough, because now they need to work on this kind of stuff, which is bombing, suicide bombings, military operations, attacks, drone attacks, air strikes, casualties. So then after 2006, the journalistic work in Afghanistan became very tough.
Fucking hell.
Amerika'nın işgal döneminde birçok köy baskını oldu. Siz gazeteci olarak bunları hiç mi kaydedemediniz?
Yeah, actually there was an air strike in Sangin district in Helmand province. So there was a village which was destroyed in the bombardment. So my friend, my colleague actually, Bilal from Kabul, he sent me some videos of the village that was destroyed by the US bombardments. So the residents of the village, they said that over 40 people were died in the bombardment, and one of the residents said actually that he lost 13 members of his family in that bombardment. 13 members of a single family. So I have some videos. So let me show you. Here is the village. This is the entire village.
دلته پوستې دلته د کمربند و جنگونه پر کېدله بمبارونه کېدله ټوله کنډواله کړې.
Bu olay hakkında soruşturma açıldı mı? Herhangi bir takibat var mı?
No, actually no. There are a lot of issues that remain uninvestigated.
Siz gazetecilik yaparken bunları o zaman yazabiliyor muydunuz serbestçe?
Yes, we were, but such type of news was not available in that time. So now people coming up and speaking about war crimes.
Holy shit! و در طول دوره اشغال آمریکا و اروپا مخصوصا آمریکا فضای رسانه‌ای افغانستان اکثرا از خود کردن و مسلط بودن به روی فضای رسانه‌ای و چون مسلط بودن روی فضای رسانه‌ای فضا در بین مردم هم تا قبل از 1-2 سال اخیر فضا به نفع آمریکا بود و همه مردم آمریکا رو منجی و تنها کمک کننده و تنها نجات دهنده افغانستان می‌دانستند. اما همه پیشبینی های ما امروز عملاً به نتیجه رسیده و به واقعیت رسیده و آمریکا امروز مردم افغانستان متوجه شدن که آمریکا حامی و پشتیبان مردم افغانستان نبوده.
Amerika niye girdi? O politikacılara göre ve size göre Afganistan niye işgal etti?
This is because of 9/11 attack. This is the public reason.
So people, there's not a plane coming down. You see? Boom!
No, that's terrorist shit, bro.
That is it. This is terrorist.
But there is a lot of other kind of covers reason like because Afghanistan is geographically is a very good location. And also we had a very good business link with neighboring countries, with India in that time, with Pakistan, with Iran. Even we were connected with the Silk Road. Actually, Silk Road belongs to us. We were connecting China to Asia because there are some unconfirmed reports that the U.S. Extracted so many gas from Afghanistan. They have extracted oil from Afghanistan, and also they extracted uranium from Afghanistan. First, we should see that who they were fighting against. Actually, the whole concept of fighting. So we should see. I mean, the army was fighting against the Taliban, and the Taliban was fighting against the army. Both of them were Afghans. Both of them the son of the soil.
Afganistan'da hiçbir zaman Afganistan'daki savaşlar Afgan savaşı olmadı. Yani hiçbir zaman biz birbirimizle savaşmadık. Bunlar hep dış güçlerin savaşı oldu. Biz alet olduk, maşa olduk.
300.000 kişilik ordu vardı Amerika döneminde, işgal zamanında. Bitti. O 300.000 kişi ne oldu?
Bunu Amerikanlardan sorun.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
How are you?
Hi. Pretty good, thank you.
It's a long time. I hope you are doing well.
Yes, thank you very much. Yes, everything okay here in Miami. Yes, I was working at the Pentagon at the time. I was at the Joint Staff. I worked almost 5 years at the Joint Staff in the Pentagon. And one of my missions was to support operations, military operations, U.S. military operations in Afghanistan. So I know Afghanistan very well. So I have been there for many years, everything from 2011 up to 2015. We tried to create a centralized government and a centralized military, a centralized army under a centralized government in Kabul was needed to fight the Taliban because the soldiers did not have loyalty to the president. They didn't know who the president was in many cases. They were fighting for money. They were not motivated. The Taliban, they were fighting for God. They were fighting for Allah. They were fighting for eternal salvation and to go to heaven. So it was a completely different motivation.
Did you tell this subject in the United States, and what was the reaction?
Yes, I told this subject in many places in the United States to the media. And I told them that there was a very big mistake made 20 years ago when Bush invaded Afghanistan. It was a bad strategy. And sadly, Obama followed the same bad idea, and Trump followed the same bad idea, and Biden followed the same terrible bad idea. It was a bad idea that was born when we invaded Afghanistan 20 years ago, 21 years ago.
There was an incident of war crimes, and back in 10 years ago, there was a district called Mangal district in Paktia province.
امریکایان راغله دلته کوشوا په د بارځي کې.
There was a family who U.S. troops raided the home of the family made at night. It was around 3 o'clock at night. And the U.S. forces killed the father of the family. His name was Alim, and also killed 2 of his sons. They were small children, not young. And also the U.S. troops, wounded 2 others. One is the wife of the victim, another is the sister of the victim. That was like a doomsday for them, for the family, because they lost 3 members of their family at one night, and they were not members of any group. They were just civilians living in the province.
We got 5 over there. 3 kids from one of the buildings back beyond the block position was there. They couldn't several folks for a long time.
So, and also my colleague interviewed with his son, his one of son. So now he says that he wants justice to be done. He asked on international community, also on international criminal court that they should intervene and they should bring the responsible guy. They should find the responsible guy. So actually they also showed the graveyard of these 3 people, the father and the 2 sons. So I would like to show you if you want to see. Here is the video he sent me last week.
نږدې 14 کاله وړاندې چې نوموړی یوازې د 2 میاشتو امریکایانو بې پلاره او بې ورونو کړ. امریکایانو یې د شپې په نږدې 3 بجو پر کور چپه ووهله او د هغه د ورونو او د پلار ژوند یې واخیست.
Bu olay Afgan medyasında yer aldı mı?
No, the Afghan media didn't report this because this area was very far. And also it was due to security reason, no one was allowed to go.
This is the first recorded?
Maybe this is the first, yes, because the area is very far. It's like rural area, so because of security reasons, no one was going there to make the report.
Afganistan'ı o kadar çok küçümsüyoruz ki biz. Doktor Haşim'le konuştuk. Haşim Erdem diye bir doktor. 1982'ye kadar orada tıp okumuş. Sonra bir biçimde maceralı bir şekilde Türkiye'ye gelmek zorunda kalmış. Ben 82'de Ankara'ya geldiğimde Ankara benim için iri bir köydü dedi. Kamil oranın bir başka şehriydi dedi. Başka komşu ülkelerde yapılmayan ameliyatlar orada yapılırdı dedi. Sağlıkta çok ileriydi. Bölgedeki ünlü sanatçılar konser vermeye oraya gelirdi. Sinemalarımız, tiyatrolarımız çok sayıdaydı.
70'lerde orada bypass yapmaya başladılar. İran'dan, Pakistan'dan kalp ameliyatı için oraya insanlar geliyordu. Kabil'deki tıp fakültesine çevre ülkelerden öğrenciler geliyordu, okuyordu orada. Şimdi bir guatr ameliyatı yapılmıyor Afganistan'da.
3. Afganistan-İngiliz Savaşı'ndan sonra Emanullah Han 13 Nisan 1919 tarihinde Afganistan'ın bağımsızlığını ilan etmiş. Sovyet Rusya 27 Mayıs 1919 tarihinde yayınladığı bir bildiriyle Afganistan'ın bağımsızlığını tanıyan ilk devlet olmuştur. Bu dönemde ülkede anayasa ile ilk kez saltanatın yetkileri sınırlandırılmış. Kral kendi yetkilerini sınırlandırıyor. Çok sayıda kız ve erkek okulları açılıyor.
در بخش‌های مختلف زنان افغانستان به لحاظ تاریخی به حاشیه رانده شده حساب میشن. تاریخ افغانستان رو که نگاه کنید، اولین باری که زنان اجازه اندکی حضور پیدا میکنن دوره امان الله خان هست در 1919 و بعد از اون چون این تاریخ بسیار فراز و نشیب داره و اغلب با جنگ آمیخته است، زنان دوباره به حاشیه رانده میشن. اگر که یه ویژگی منحصر به فرد بخوام برای تاریخ افغانستان ذکر کنم، اون تاریخ جنگ‌های پی در پی هست و وقتی که طی اصلاحات مختلف در دوره‌های مختلف تاریخی زنان می اومدن که حضور پیدا بکنن، بعد از اینکه جنگ‌ها سر می‌رسیدن دوباره اونها به عقب رانده می‌شدن.
Afganistan halkı bu kış ne yaptı? Ne yedi, ne içti? Az bir parası vardı, ona da Amerika el koydu.
Yes, actually, this is it was a very bad winter for the Afghan people. They had no money to buy food, and a lot of them lost their jobs because of U.S. withdrawal, and also because of the collapse of the former Afghan government.
Yani açlıktan ölüm vakaları oldu mu mesela çocuklarda, yaşlılarda, hastalarda?
Yes, there's a lot of reports. You know, we have several other reports coming from hospitals, from other agencies, from international. Yes, even you know, family sold their daughter or son in order to survive.
بچه‌های خودشون رو در دوره بعد از به خصوص تابستان امسال که خب خیلی ها بیجا شدن، یعنی جابجا شدن، دچار بله همین تابستان و دچار در واقع فقر شدن، کمک‌های بین‌المللی قطع شده که منبع مهم تامین در واقع ثروت در افغانستان هست. خیلی از خانواده‌های بسیار فقیر رو آوردن به اینکه فرزندان خودشون رو بفروشن.
And their mother is desperate. We first found her at the local market, her children laid out like goods for sale, begging strangers for help.
در این مورد حتی گزارش‌های مستندی هست در مثلا یورو نیوز. من بارها دیدم گزارش‌هایی که حتی بازاری هست، حتی جاهایی هست که می‌نشینن زن‌ها کنار خیابون در کنار فرزندان خودشون و می‌نویسن که این بچه رو برای فروش گذاشتن، یا خانواده‌هایی که در خوشبینانه ترین حالت خانواده‌هایی که فرزند ندارن اینها رو می‌گیرن و در شکل بدبینانه‌اش در واقع گرفته میشن این بچه‌ها برای اینکه سوء استفاده بشن.
There is a lot of children who are out of school and they are working on the Kabul street. You know, I mean my colleague has recently interviewed with two of the children. They are brothers and sisters.
نام مریم است، کار میکنم روزی 20 روپیه و 10 روپیه و ببرم خانه.
I know they said that all the responsibility is on their shoulder. I have their clips, so let me show you. This is very important thing, you know, because a child should go to school. They should not work. So this is the two child.
نامم است از امان الله. نام پدرم از بسم الله. پدرم سابق به دولت کار میکرد، ولی کاربار نیست، خانه است. ما خواهرم مریم پلاستیک فروشی میکنیم. ما 2000 خانه را کرایه میدیم، نان میبریم، چای میخوریم، هم چیزا میبریم.
So all the responsibility of the family is now on their own shoulder. So this is the tragedy. This is the result of wrong policies of not only USA but as well as Afghan politicians.
Amerikan işgali 20 yıl sürdü. İşgalin kendisi bir suç. Tamam, onu bir tarafa bırakalım ama bu 20 yıl içinde birçok köy basıldı. Sivil insanlar öldürüldü, kadınlar öldürüldü, çocuklar öldürüldü. Takipçisi olmadınız mı? Takipçisi olan yok muydu?
I know a former prosecutor and International Criminal Court. So she actually tried level-based to investigate war crimes in Afghanistan.
Today is an important day for the cause of justice in the situation of Afghanistan, for the court and for international criminal justice more broadly. The office will now proceed to conduct a diligent and thorough investigation into this situation. The investigation will be independent, impartial and objective.
She was doing this investigation to find out that the war crimes committed by the foreign troops in Afghanistan that they should investigate But actually what happened that the former US President Donald Trump, so he banned the whole team who were investigating the war crimes in Afghanistan.
دادگاه لاهه به صورت جدی میخواست که وارد این مقوله بشه. اول که خود آمریکایی ها به دادگاه لاهه یا کنوانسیونی که مربوط به بررسی جرایم جنگی میشه به این کنوانسیون نپیوستن. به همین خاطر هیچ الزامیتی وجود نداره که آمریکا به لاهه پاسخ بده. از طرف دیگه آمریکا ورود دادستان ارشد دادگاه لاهه رو به آمریکا ممنوع کرد.
In one of the final acts of its 20-year war in Afghanistan, the United States fired a missile from a drone at a car in Kabul.
Another important topic is about the last US air strike, actually drone strike in the capital city Kabul during the evacuation process.
It was parked in the courtyard of a home, and the explosion killed 10 people, including 43-year-old Zamarai Ahmadi.
So it was a very big tragedy for the family because they lost 10 family members. So this was even the US officials, the Pentagon, they expressed their sorrow to the incident, and they said that Ahmadi had nothing to do with Daesh, with Islamic State. So it was a mistake operation. But they killed the innocent people. They killed the children. 7 of them were children. My reporter who was in Kabul, he interviewed the nephew of Ahmadi. And he also visited the home, the house where Ahmadi was left.
اینجا وقتی که حادثه شد راکت خورده بود با ایام تخریب شده بود اینجا کندیم هم سیاسرها و فامیلای اقام تکمانده بود وزیر را بیرو کشیده میشه.
So here is the house. These are the victims. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 7 of them were children. And also they written the date of the air strike. These are the children, the child is praying for the soul of these killed people.
And that military strike was an error, was a mistake. So it killed a lot of civilians, a family. That is what we call collateral damage. Collateral damage are errors and miscalculations that happens in military warfare today.
Well, now the Pentagon admits that drone strike was a tragic mistake. Tragic and deadly.
And this was the last act of US, what we call war crimes or mystic operation that took the lives of civilians. So even the US Defense Secretary, he apologized and he expressed condolences to his family, to the victim family.
I offer my profound condolences to the family and friends of those who were killed. But it was a mistake, and I offer my sincere apology.
So due to pressure from local media and as well as international media, US government confessed that they were, they were mistakenly targeted civilian homes. There was a big explosion in Afghanistan, big war crime actually. This is about the Achin district, when the US forces dropped the mother of all bombs in Achin district in Asad Khel village.
President Trump briefly addressed the strike at the White House.
Very, very proud of the people. Really another successful job.
Did you authorize it, sir?
Everybody knows exactly what happened, so. And what I do is I authorize my military. We have the greatest...
The 21,500-pound bomb includes a satellite guidance system to help it get closer to its target instead of just dropping unguided.
دام دې اسد خېل وینو
دام دې اسد خېل وینو
څنګه یې جوړې ساده خدا بس دا څه کې لګیا یې ورور
دا کوټې دي د بمبو مور سره لویدلې د غرا سره
خا دا د بمبو مور سره دا تاسو خپل کور دی وای وای وای وای
This was a mother of all bombs that dropped in a village. Actually, the U.S. forces says that they targeted Daesh, Islamic State hideouts, and they says that around 40 people loyal to the Daesh group, they were killed. But actually, we didn't see any report of it. After the withdrawal of U.S. troops from Afghanistan, the villagers, they returned to the Asad Khel village, the exact place where the bomb dropped there.
دا جماعت دی
دا جماعت دا خراب شوی دی ولوس را به خوز مکه نشته جماعتونه ختم شوی دي ورونه مران شوی دي هر څه ختم شوی دي
All their homes, around 40 homes were destroyed. They says that now they are suffering from skin disease, and now they are suffering from memory loss. Sometimes they are suffering from respiratory health issues, and also, it is a malformed birth of child sometimes. Here it is. So this is the village. This is the village. This is the Asad Khel village, and the mother of all bombs were dropped here, this area.
دا فارس دا وګوره دا پورته ادمونه ټول مړه خراب دي ډېر خراب دي لږ نه کنه لکه د شپې زما د دې نه خوب نشته همدا ګره دا کله دا بیا ځای نشي دا یې بیا داسې
دانه جوړېږي ورنه
دانه ورنه جوړېږي
دا تاسو د څه ته تللي د کلینیک ته څه دوا
کلینیک دا د خدای تعالی شامپوګانو شینه کوم تاثیر نه کړه دومره تاثیر یې نه دی کړی ښه خو دغه بم چې لوېدلی دې نه راپس دا مرضونه دغه دي
It was the major non-nuclear bomb, but the explosion was very big. It also, affected the agriculture activity in that area.
دا کوشنې ته یو شی واخله دې سره خیر ده وبخښئ کاکا خیر سه مننه خدای پامان کدام دانه به پایش برآمده بوده به سرش خب اکنونم از وجود ماین هایی که قبلا گذاشته شده بود اینجا مادر ما را که ماین زد یک صدرمان ما شهید شد 5 سال سپری شدن از
There was a report about Panjwai district in Kandahar province when the US forces bombarded again a hospital there. And it was the only clinic in the entire village, in the entire district, that was providing medical services. So at that time, a lot of people were died in that.
دلته بمبار وسو د کلینیک پرسونل هم دلته موجود وو چې کړکۍ وو هندارې ټولې ویجاړې سولې کلینیک سمانالات په هغه وخت کې ځینې د جنګ په وخت کې تیتو پراک سوله سره نو کله چې د حکومت بیرته د سره څخه دغه سو دغه ترتیباتو هندارې وشان بیرته د سره دوباره جوړ سوله بیرته وڅ
Yetişmiş insan gücünün %80'ini kaybetmiş durumda Afganistan, yurt dışında. %80'ini biraz insaflı olmak için söylüyorum. Hatta belki Taliban ideolojisiyle yakın duran, gidecek yeri olmayan yaş olarak insanların dışında pek bir insan kalmadı Afganistan'da.
I came here a couple of months ago with my wife and my kids. Obviously, after the collapse of Afghan government, so I decided to came here, and because we were not sure what will happen in Afghanistan. So everything was so disrupted. So the situation was not good. It was not easy. But now I'm here. So let's see what will happen.
Afganistan'da beyin kalmadı. Okumuş beyin takımı bunlar savaş ortamına adapte olamadılar. Çünkü okumuş insan bir şey yaparken 10 kere düşünür. Bu işin akıbeti nedir? Ben adam öldüremem. Ben zulmedemem. Adam öldüremeyince yaşam şansın da yok orada. Yani düşün, bir ülke ki insanının ölüsüyle dirisi arasında fazla fark yok.
Tasavvufun o çağda Buhara'nın, Semerkant'ın, Buhara ve Semerkant olduğu ve zirveye çıktığı dönem işte 15. yüzyılın başıdır. Buralarda büyük bir ticari faaliyet var, büyük bir fikri hareket var. Hatta eğer bir 100 sene daha yapmasaydı, yollar kapanmasaydı, ticaret yolları, burada bir aydınlanma başlayacaktı. Bizim bütün menkıbelerimizde, bütün destanlarımızda efsanevi zemin olan Horasan'ın olduğu yer.
Mevlana'nın doğduğu yer bile Afganistan'da, Merv falan bile Afganistan'da şimdi.
Yani Mevlana'ların yetiştiği iklimde ne oldu?
Actually, everyone is looking to go to Afghanistan. I mean, the journalists, the other academicians, they're looking to return to their country. But now the situation is totally different. So we are not sure that what holds for us actually. We don't know. I don't like to be a refugee, but refugee is also not bad thing. I mean, when there is no other way, so you have to become a refugee.
Afganistan'ın geleceği şu anda pek belli değil. Sen de tam nereye yerleşeceğine karar vermiş değilsin. Sen mi yoksa Afganistan mı önce istikrara kavuşacak dersin?
If my country is stable, peaceful, economically very strong, so obviously my future is also very good. But hopefully I think that the Afghan politicians, the current Afghan regime, the current Taliban regime, and also the former government officials and Afghan politicians, Afghan influential figures, I think they should now, they should come across into the table. They should talk about the future of Afghanistan. So if my country is more developed, my future would be very nice, would be very good. So of course I do support and I pray for my country.
How long will you stay in Turkey?
I don't know exactly, so it depends on situation in Afghanistan also. I should see how would I adjust here. But it's a good country, it's a friendly country. So let's see.
Good luck.
Thank you very much.